Hyperlaser, a mercenary working for BlackRock. Hyperlaser is a ranged fighter that specializes in dealing high damage at long ranges. His kit can allow him to dish out concentrated damage to single targets across the map. However, because his kit requires headshots to be effective, this makes him a high-ceiling skill fighter to learn. Hyperlaser's high DPS can make him a very strong fighter in the right hands. To make this easier to swallow, I will split the video into different parts: ability stuff, positioning stuff, fighting stuff. Before I start, the passive and the primary part will be combined together to make it easier to explain. Firstly, your primary, fire out a laser that deals double damage on headshots and will create an explosion. If these requirements are met, firing your third shot will wireframe the enemy. Generally, most of your damage comes from here, and since it does double damage, you should practice on hitting those headshots to do some juicy damage against the enemy. Use your wireframe enhanced shot on important targets that have moves that can be threatening for you and your team. Next, your secondary fires a laser and explodes after a delay. This can go through enemies and goes through Boombox's shield. Combine this with your primary under the effects of your ability for a devastating combo. This allows for high bursts of damage when used correctly. Then your Q ability, throw out a grenade that will apply a wireframe effect on impact to enemies and haste for allies and yourself. Enemies can be knocked back and stunned on contact. The explosion will be instant should it directly be thrown at the enemy. Use this to speed your allies that need to go places. You can use it from a distance for offensive plays and self-defense. If anyone dares to challenge you in close-range combat, your A ability, hold and release to teleport to a location on your cursor after charging up. That will then create an explosion around you. Taking any damage during that charge up will cancel the effect instead. Your ammo will be reloaded and your next shot becomes instant. Pressing E will cause the explosion to be instant instead. There are many ways that can be said when using this move. That being said, use the teleporting function of the ability to get to high places, or use it to flank. Use the instant version of the ability to play aggressively for that instant shot for more damage output. The knockback effect can allow you to shake melee enemies off of you when engaged. Finally, your finisher. After an animation, your next shot will be instant and can instantly kill them, though everyone can now hear your shot across the map. Keep this in mind. Use this on important targets that aren't in any cover or have barely any mobility options. If you're skilled enough, try going for high mobility fighters, as it can be a good mix-up. If you are playing aggressively and can tank some decent damage, it can be worthwhile using it point blank, as you have a better chance of hitting them in close range rather than from a long distance. So now that I have changed my formula a bit, I will try to summarize anything I didn't point out from the old video. You can skip this part if you're going more aggressively, though I would highly recommend watching this to have a bit more insight. It's time to learn to position yourself where you will be killing enemies. Hyperlaser is effective on open maps, so maps like Protect Helman or Banland will much be favored for him. You can normally find Hyperlaser on high places or places with open field mostly, because he can view most of the map, which he uses to search and shoot his target. If that is too difficult because of certain fighters, you can be a little closer to your team, but not too close, where the entire enemy team can shred you. Always try to find good vantage spots on the battlefield, where you can easily cover the enemy routes and such. It would be ideal to maximize your threat to enemies, while minimizing their threat to you. Sticking to one spot might get you killed. Enemies will know your position the second you kill them, so make sure to move positions if possible. Since your shots give out a tracer effect, just be ready to change positions. I rarely talk about matchups, because I really dislike talking about them, so instead I'll make it simple. You will probably encounter fighters that can be quick and deadly in close range. If you are forced into close range combat, you could either retreat to your teammates or clash with them and show them who's boss. Anyway, use your E ability for instant shots to keep distance with the added help of your Q ability. Try to always headshot your opponent for more damage. Works even in close range combat, so abuse it, I guess. If you are unable to do any of this, it would best to just flee to safety. As for ranged fighters, they can pester you all they want, and could test your aim on how good you are, though since your health pool is more tanky than most ranged fighters, you can take some decent damage while you snipe them. As for headshots, practice your aim, try to predict enemy head movement, shooting where the enemy will be can make this easier. There you have it, an updated guide on this character. Hope you enjoy the new formula I'm constantly improving. Anyways, so have fun.